Hey guys, my name is X Factor. Hope you're having a great day. Welcome back to some more They Shall Not Pass DLC gameplay captured with some of your favorite YouTubers and live streamers over at EA Redwood Shores. This is the map Rupture and the new game mode Frontline, which is a mixture of Rush and Conquest, but there are quite a few differences compared to Conquest. And of course, several things you need to know because DICE is breaking some of the traditional spawn rules in Battlefield 1. This is a 16 v 16 game mode, and if the map features vehicles in the Conquest or Operation variant, there will be vehicles in the Frontline variant. Of course, scaled down because, again, this is 16 v 16. It can be very chaotic. The first thing you needed to know is it is like Conquest, but it's been tweaked quite a bit. Pay attention to the mini-map, not that little flare spot they've left for my teammates to pick up the bad guys, but the size of the capture radius. It is massive. DICE has put more emphasis on the objective. They've taken the capture radius traditional to Conquest and multiplied it by 4 to 8. Some of these flag radiuses are absolutely massive. The next thing they've done that they've already tweaked in Battlefield 1 Conquest is they slowed down the time in which it takes to capture an objective in Conquest or Operation. And of course, it can scale. If you have one more friendly than they have on the flag, it starts to tick or decap. If you have two, it goes a little bit faster. If you have three more, or if there's no enemies and you've got a ton of friendlies, that maxes out the time in which the flag is going up or down if you are decapping it. They've slowed all of that down. Everything. So even if you've got your whole team there, it's going to take you a long time to cap. So not only have they made the objectives massive, they've increased the time at which it takes to cap and decap the flag, putting much more emphasis and action on the objective. Some of the craziest gameplay I've had from the entire day of recording came while playing Frontline. It was a nice change. The next thing that is different from Conquest is there is flag locking. Let's say we finally defend A. It locks it out. They cannot attack this for quite a while. Now, they've changed the rules of spawning. That was an A spawn. Once we successfully defend A, it puts us on the other side of the river towards the next objective. So if we successfully defend A, we can spawn essentially on B. We're on that objective. Now, they have to come back to B, but it's locked out. This is an extremely fast-paced game when the flags actually change hands. So whether you attack something or defend something successfully, it's locking out certain flags. You really have to be on it. Nothing prevents you from playing mid. You can loiter around mid, pick people off from the back, relieve some of the pressure on A. But when the map shifts, you can get caught sleeping if there's too many teammates sitting back on this B flag. So now, we're spawning extremely close to B. They're spawning on the other side. It's 16 v 16, and the action is hitting the fan right here. Remember, look at the size of the capture radius. This is absolutely massive compared to Conquest when you play on Rupture. And it's like that for every single map. This is not unique to this. The other thing you need to know is based on the map that you're playing, if it's something like Fort, or for Verdun, it's infantry only. There are no vehicles. Now, when it comes to Rupture or Soissons, there are vehicles, although they are drastically scaled down because, again, it is 16 v 16. So you want to keep the action hot. You want to keep it on the objective because if we do cap this again, we lock them out from spawning on the objective. Now they have to spawn on squad mates that aren't in combat, or if they spawn back to their gimme flag, their flag closest to the uncapped. But be very wary of this game mode because people can be sneaky and it can be extremely effective. Remember, when you get B or any flag, it locks them out for a certain time period. It usually gives you enough time to get on the next objective. But if they successfully defend that because these fights take a lot longer, then they can be back on B in a split second. You're locked off of C. They're already capping it. They're pushing it. The Blitzkrieg saw quite a few rounds where you're attacking their last flag before putting it into the rush game mode style. All of a sudden, they defend it. 2 seconds later, they're capping B. Your team is locked out from capping C. What do? Do they go back? Sometimes the best answer is to actually redeploy to get you there quicker. Unless you're one of the first ones in because you're deeper back, you're closer to that B flag, you can get some tasty little back rages on. But if you come against a squad that's hanging out, playing mid, being smart about it, they can really mess you up. So how about the rush portion of this? If any team takes all 3 objectives, it then turns into rush. There are 2 MCOMs you have to attack or destroy. And there's a limited amount of tickets that you have to do it in. Let's say they successfully get 1 MCOM, but you defend it. Then it goes back to the conquest style. Let's say they attack again. You've got 1 MCOM, but you successfully defend it. It goes back to the conquest style again. It keeps doing this until both MCOMs are knocked out or the timer is up. Whoever has more MCOMs standing at the end is declared the winner. Which, again, these can be extremely fast rounds, as somebody just gets trampled by Mr. Ed, or they can last 30 plus minutes. Of the multiple rounds of Frontline I played on the various maps, it was actually a lot of fun. I see myself playing quite a bit because I love objective-based gameplay, and DICE made it a lot easier because the objectives are massive, they take longer to cap, and of course defend, and there's a lot of points associated with that. So not a bad way to spend your time if you're trying to level up, or of course work on certain weapon unlocks where you need X amount of something in a round to help with some of the new weapons that are available in Battlefield 1. Frontline is a lot of fun, but it is rather complex, leaving you plenty of room to play the mind games and have the mind games played on you. If you've got a couple squad mates or buddies, this would be one of those game modes where a couple of people just playing downright dirty can mess up an entire enemy team, stalling out their push or their defense if they get caught lingering in mid, not getting on the objective available to them quick enough. So what do you guys think about the new game mode Frontline? Do you see yourself playing quite a bit of it when you get access to the They Shall Not Pass DLC? Do you like some of the complexities, the mind games that can and will be played? Let me know what you guys think down below, as we're going to let some of the raw gameplay go in the background so you can get a feel for how this game mode plays out, including when they push us to the final objective of Rush, and I actually get caught out on a bad spawn way far away from the objective. As always, guys, thanks for watching, thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you guys soon.
Soldat d'assaut repéré!
Defused objective butter.
Lancez-vous! Il me faut des balles!
We are being pushed back. Defend the objective.
L'objectif, détruisez-le. Là, médecin ennemi.
The enemy has armed objective
C'est un médecin ennemi. Médecin, droit devant.
We have defused objective apples.
Tirez-vous, soldat d'assaut ennemi.
The enemy has armed objective apples.
Attention, grenade. Grenade envoyée.
We have defused objective apples.
Mitrailleuse ennemie, par là.
The enemy has armed objective apples.
Mitrailleuse ennemie en vue. Mitrailleuse, tirez-vous.